Welcome to Channel 8 News. Coming up on our show, the controversy over Aggieville parking continues. We'll tell you about a recent proposal. And Pride was on display in Manhattan this weekend. We'll show you the scenes from Little Apple Pride. Plus, we will see how a local golf course has made it through the winter. That and more coming up.
A cool and cloudy start to the day. We'll see if it'll stick around for the start of the weekend. That's next.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Landon Platter. Coming up today, we'll get you up to date on the K-State recruiting scene and tell you about a new church opening in our area after a large fundraising campaign. But first, we head to Aggieville in Manhattan as members of the Aggieville Board of Directors have come up with a proposal to present to the City Commission asking for funding to disperse throughout the business district. This is in response to some of the tenants being upset over new parking costs. The proposal includes purchasing gift cards and certificates from businesses within the district and then distributing them to members of the public or other businesses to use and to boost the support of all the businesses in Aggieville. Some employees have had mixed opinions about the proposal.
The gift cards would be purchased from different stores down here, and it's just, to give out to people at the ribbon cutting that we have on the 4th, so that we would be able to give those out to the community, or Aggieville would be doing some sort of giveaway in some way. It's been really nice, too, just seeing all the progress that they've been making, and, they really have been working really hard and really fast, and it's obviously it's frustrating just to see the road closed for a while, but now that we see it, it's obviously there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So we're excited for what is to come.
The Little Apple Pride event was a big hit last weekend in Manhattan City Park with vendors and performances for the growing audience through the day. With more on the story, here's Brianna Palmer.
Last Saturday, the Little Apple Pride event. This event allowed Manhattan community members and others from surrounding areas to come out and embrace their love and support for the LGBT plus community. The event was in the city park and held performances through the day.
I am a local Manhattan, Kansas queen. I've been here since before Little Apple Pride started, and I've watched it go from a little thing in Triangle Park over on the other side of Aggieville to now being hundreds of people over here at the band shell.
Manhattan community members share the importance of having events like the Little Apple Pride event in Manhattan, Kansas for LGBTQ youth and the community members around us.
For me, it's just important, like I said, to create a safe space for students, no matter where they come from, what their lifestyle choices are. I want students to know that when they come to my office, they're going to be accepted and get the help that they need.
It shows visibility, because I think a lot of times small town people in these smaller communities think that these things don't happen in small town Kansas. They happen over, in Kansas City or in New York or all these large cities, but we're everywhere. It's not something you can breed out or or phase out in any way. We're all
in Manhattan. I'm Brianna Palmer, Channel 8 News.
Manhattan may be a small town in Kansas, but here at the Little Apple Pride event, love and support was heard and shared from the community. For more information about LGBTQ events and campus resources, you can visit k-state.edu/LGBT. Arbor Day is tomorrow, but I don't think Mother Nature will mind us celebrating a day early. Channel 8 reporter Chase Johnson is live at K-State at the scene of an Arbor Day tradition. Chase?
That's right, Landon. Behind me, they are currently planting a sawtooth oak tree. Now, the reason they're doing that is because the university is part of the Tree Campus Higher Education Program, and the goal of that program is to build green spaces across campuses in the United States. K-State has been a participant of the program since 2013, and since then they have planted over 45 trees across campus. Walking around campus, you may have seen some of these trees. They are marked by a metal sign with some information about the species of tree and its effect on CO2. The university will also be planting a zigzag redbud outside Dijkstra Hall, a tulip tree at the president's residence, and a black gum tree on the south lawn of Hale Library. To continue being a part of the program, universities must meet 5 standards. These include establishing a tree advisory committee, evidence of a campus tree care plan, verification of the plan's dedicated annual expenditures, observing Arbor Day, and finally creating a service learning project aimed at engaging the student body. Now, the tree behind me is actually being planted next to the original campus tree, a northern red oak that was planted back in 2013. Wishing everyone a happy Arbor Day. Live in Manhattan, Chase Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Conservation of the earth and its natural resources is a task that is being worked on globally. Different conservation groups use Earth Day to help bring awareness to the planet's health. Here in Manhattan, Kansas, the Sunset Zoo hosts an annual event called Party for the Planet. They use this event to teach the local community about how they can help with the conservation effort.
We have about over a dozen booths scattered through the zoo where each family or community member can come learn about different conservation ways that they can make a difference, whether it's through recycling or planting a new plant or doing some water conservation. It's all about how we can improve and save the earth.
A great way to help with the conservation effort is by planting trees and different crops. One specific booth helps kids understand where their food comes from and how they can grow their own.
So we brought our seeds and dirt for kids to come out and learn about kind of how to grow things and live off the land.
Along with showing different ways to help conserve the earth, the zoo also shows how to help conserve wildlife. The zoo has around 150 different animals, including educational animals, that kids and adults can interact with to help them better understand a specific species or breed.
Not all 150 are out in their homes out in the zoo and in the exhibits. Most are, but we also house about 30 different education animals that we can take out on rotation to schools or to different nursing homes.
To keep the animals healthy, they each have their own special diet that gives them the nutrition they need. The education animals still live at the zoo, just not out in any exhibits. Although Earth Day has come and gone, that doesn't mean that the conservation effort stops. Some things you can do at home to help the planet are reducing your water and electricity usage. St. Mary's Academy and College will be hosting a consecration for their new Immaculata Church next Wednesday. The church is one of the largest Catholic churches in Kansas, standing 12 stories tall, covering over 65,000 square feet, and can seat up to 1,500 people. Lead designer of the church, David Height, says it's been a rewarding experience to design the church.
Seeing that, this is going to daily and weekly be an important part of their life going forward and really enrich their spiritual experience is very fulfilling.
The St. Mary's community has been waiting on this church for a long time, since 1978 when the original Immaculata burned down. So finally being able to have a church where people have plenty of space to attend Mass and a very beautiful space. Yeah, it's been a long time coming for them and will allow them to pray their Mass in peace.
Up next, we'll have a live interview as seniors are getting ready to graduate. What kind of job market awaits them and how are they preparing? Plus, the Lynns hosted lunch on their lawn. That's next.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today. Congratulations.
Thank you. Dad, come on. Starting.
Whatever you do, don't drop it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So the first third of the runway.
Deviation left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
K-State's favorite presidential couple hosted lunch with the Lintons last Friday. Hundreds of students attended, but this is just the tip of the iceberg for their engagement with the student body. First Lady of K-State, Sally Linton, has made it her goal to reduce the stigma associated with mental health and ADHD.
I have a student group here that I work with on campus for coaching and just helping everybody feel welcome and understanding that it's normal to have ups and downs in your life. The students, I think, are coming out more to ask for help. And we have a green bandana program where students anybody that has a green bandana, you can approach them. They're a safe place to get information for mental health.
With graduation just around the corner, thousands of new graduates will enter the job market. What awaits them there? Blake Crawford joins us with more.
Thanks, Landon. I'm joined by the Executive Director of the Career Center at K-State, Dr. Carrie Keller. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Keller. What resources does the K-State Career Center have to offer to students that ensures them success after they graduate?
Well, we have a variety of resources that range from helping students decide on majors and careers through telling their story through their resumes and interviewing, developing experience through internships, and also connecting to employers through career fairs and resources like our online job listing system, Handshake.
And what would you say is the best advice you can give to maybe some of the graduating seniors this May who maybe aren't quite sure what their next steps are? What advice would you give them?
Well, I would say this close to graduation, enjoy this time and focus on finishing strong, and then realize that the Career Center is available to a graduating student for up to a whole year after graduation. So there's lots of resources. There are career advisors that can continue to consult with you either in person or online or on the phone.
And then one of the most important parts of an application is a resume. What's the most common mistake you see on students' resume that's an easy fix?
An easy fix. Well, let's see. I would say that maybe this isn't an easy fix, but I think one of the things that students need to focus on is your resume is just not a regurgitation of what you have done. It's really about what did you accomplish, how did you make a difference in terms of your school, student involvement, and your work experience. So really focusing on accomplishments and trying to match your resume with the skills and experiences that are being sought in a job description.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks, Dr. Keller, and let's throw it back to Landon at the desk.
Thanks, Blake. Still to come, a look at the spring weather as it continues to warm up. Plus, a look at how a local golf course handled the winter as we head for more play. That's next.
And he was so excited about playing this game. He was excited all week long.
At the wall is Dank. It is gone. It's a grand slam. It's a Kansas State program that's here to stay, by the way. Under Chris Kleiman, there's a culture built at Kansas State where we're going to see this team in the top 20 for a while. No question.
Number 22 in white has taken this defense to the next level.
Caught, and it is a touchdown for Vincent. K-State's defense rises up on the goal line.
Whatever you do, don't drop it. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family who empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
We have been warming up a bit, but could be in for some wet weather. That would be good for the grass at a golf course. Aaron McGill joins us with that story and a look at the weather.
With warmer temperatures here in northeast Kansas, more golfers are breaking out of golfing hibernation and getting back on the courses at Colbert Hill. But that's not the only thing teeing off, as the grass at Colbert is starting to grow back as well. Colbert Hills is home to over 50 different types of grass that live on the course. With so many different types, it has become its own science of making sure everything grows back just in time for the season.
As the temperatures warm up throughout the year, the grass breaks dormancy and starts to grow in. We have certain thresholds with weather that we want to do certain tasks on the golf course. One of the big ones is a pre-emerge herbicide. We want to make sure that we apply this product before tax day in order for us to make sure we don't have crabgrass or goose grass growing.
One of the biggest issues Colbert Hills turf team deals with is when the grass does not grow back because of extreme cold from the winter months.
So winter kill is a prevalent issue that we have every year coming out of the winter time, and it just depends on the type of winter and what type of grass it affects. So this winter in 2023, we have some winter issues, some winter injury on our fairways, our zoysia grass fairways, that we are concerned about, that we might have to sod.
Many K-State students help maintain Colbert Hills stays the best in the state.
It really helps you take pride in your work. You want to make sure the course looks nice because it's supposed to be nice. It's a really nice course. I want to take care of it the best I can, and I think it really helps you just strive to take pride in your work and to do the best job you can do to make sure everything looks great.
While summertime is closely approaching, Colbert Hills turf team is hard at work making sure the course is as nice as the view. In Manhattan, I'm Aaron McGill, Channel 8 News. Now we'll take a look at our national temperatures here. 50s and 60s across the board here. 51 in the New York area, 76 in the Georgia and Florida area. Over here in California, 59 in San Francisco and LA area, but 55 here at home. Here for our Kansas temperatures, same across the board, 50s across the board, 56 in Kansas City, where the draft is taking place today and this afternoon, 56 at home. And over out west, 40s, 49, 52 in our western regions. Here for the 20-hour forecast, cloudy and rainy upcoming. 43 today, this evening, 56 tomorrow morning, but here comes that rain Friday afternoon with a high of 66. Now I want to talk about that Friday rain here, as we've got chances coming in Friday afternoon at the highest here, 71 in our western region. Here comes the rain. And by Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, it should be leaving our area. Now for our 5-day forecast, we've got 66 for today, 69 on Friday. Here comes that rain Friday afternoon, but the weekend looks great. 70s, 60s, and sunny, 70 on Saturday, 65 on Sunday. Just a great weekend to get outside and have a great weekend. That's all for weather. Landon?
Time for another timeout. But when we come back, we will see just how the Cats recruiting classes are shaking out. Plus, the NFL draft starts tonight. Which Wildcats could hear their names called up this weekend? That's coming up.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family who empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, you know, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, you know, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
K-State will run the option. Here's Skylar Thompson. He walks it in. Walks it in front of Antonio Gordon. Here's the shot on his step. And it is Kansas State, courtesy of Brent Carlson. Side of the blocks, crossing, wide open, the shot.
Thompson right away. That ball is gone.
She gets the ball back, goes up strong, scores, and one.
Yeah, so the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Sports is next, as some Wildcats are coming in, others are heading out. Cooper Dieters has more.
The recruiting race is heating up with the Cats landing their highest-rated recruit since Bill Walker. Let's take a look at how the recruiting class looks.
While the Cats landed 5-star David Castillo for the class of 24, Tang and company have pulled in some impressive high school recruits. Tang has had no trouble getting the ball rolling after only his first year here at K-State. For the class of 2023, the Wildcats have landed 6'1" point guard Dada Ames from Chicago, 6'3" shooting guard R.J. Jones from Denton, Texas, and 6'7" small forward Michaela Bridge from East St. Louis, Illinois. But as for the football recruits, Clemens said one recruit is starting to stand out, Avery Johnson.
And then having Avery Johnson come in early to learn. I know that Avery's already put on close to 15 pounds in just a few months. Parker Kavanaugh's another guy that is part of that room, and they got to learn from Will and really learn from Rubes, just because Rubes played a little bit, but Rubes has been involved in game planning, and I think it's a real healthy position right now at quarterback. We'll have really good competition there.
While the Wildcats have a bright future ahead, the question is, can they keep up this high level of recruiting?
The Cats hope they can continue the trend of getting highly rated recruits that bring Kansas State wins to come. Though he may be entering the draft, Kansas State basketball player Keontae Johnson will still retain his college eligibility. The small forward averaged 17 points and 7 rebounds a game last year, shooting almost 52% from the floor. He also finished third in the award for the best small forward in the country. The current NBA mock draft has him going 36 overall to the Orlando Magic.
Keontae Johnson, what a combo these two have become here. Noel tried to turn the corner, cannot.
The NFL draft kicks off today at 7 in Kansas City. 2 members of the Wildcat football team are set to be drafted in the first 2 rounds. One athlete is the 6'4" defensive back Julius Brent, who had 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 45 total tackles on the year. And the other is 6'4" defensive end Felix Anaduke Uzama. He had 8.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 46 total tackles. The pair hope to end their weekend with an NFL team.
Oh my God, it's a dream. Honestly, I remember last year around this time, figured out that it's in Kansas City, and then I was just like, okay, I need to get out. I need to show what I can do this season. I need to do the best I can so I can be able to make a dream and make people in my city happy to get drafted in Kansas City.
So, with lots of Cats entering the draft, Malik Knowles is projected to go late 7th to undrafted. Julius Brent is going early to mid-2nd. Felix Anaduke Uzama late 1st to early 2nd. Deuce Vaughn is projected to go late 7th to undrafted. Echo Boydo, the cornerback, is supposed to go 7th to undrafted. Ty Zentner, the kicker, late 7th to undrafted. Deuce Green and Adrian Martinez are both projected to go undrafted. That's all the time we have for sports. Landon, back to you.
Still to come, we'll get a final check on the weather. Plus, are college professors smarter than freshmen? We'll show you the game night that tried to find out. That's next.
I
always knew I enjoyed working with kids, and that was something I was passionate about, and I originally planned to become a teacher. I realized I was more passionate about the kids and their upbringing and their development, and I found that K-State actually offered a program that worked perfectly with my interests, and so I decided that school counseling was kind of the right path for me, just so that I could focus more on that psychology aspect and work with the kids on a more intimate level.
And he was so excited about playing this game. He was excited all week long.
At the wall is Dink. It is gone. It's a grand slam.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Are we gonna do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a Kansas State program that's here to stay, by the way. Under Chris Kleiman, there's a culture built at Kansas State where we're going to see this team in the top 20 for a while. No question.
Number 22 in white has taken this defense to the next level.
And it is a touchdown for Vincent.
K-State defense rises up on the goal line.
Are You Smarter Than a Freshman was back at K-State this past weekend for the third year in a row. The event, which is based on comedian Jeff Foxworthy's hit show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, was headed by the nonprofit organization Engineers Without Borders, whose goal is to help with engineering projects around the globe. The game has progressed a lot into answering questions, and they're asked professors about Gen Z trivia questions, which then proceeds from the event going towards the group's projects across the globe.
It was a lot of fun. It's a wonderful time. Our community just had a lot of time coming up with questions and really having fun with the professors. We had a lot of show up on Zoom, which was exciting. And so generally speaking, it's just a lot of fun, and it helps professors kind of have a little more fun with students.
One more check on the weather and some rain coming in. Aaron?
Yes, a beautiful weekend this weekend. Rain on Friday here, but rain will leave us by Friday night, making for a warm and sunny weekend, perfect for the upcoming draft this weekend, starting tonight and up till Saturday evening. But great day for Saturday. Rain on Friday, but if you're staying in Manhattan, K-State baseball is back for a series against Texas State with a beautiful weekend. Be sure to go out there and have a wonderful weekend. Great baseball coming up here as we have a great weekend. Here, Landon, back to you.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Channel 8 News. Join us next week for our final program of the semester. Have a great day.
This is Channel 8 News.